All right, guys, I've had enough time now to practice and run through tons of different scenarios using Auto AI. Actually, Fotello, I've ditched them. They cannot get color correct. Their pricing is insane. I do not like it. I've talked about this in other videos where no matter how many photos you upload, they charge you like 28 to 30 bucks or something like that every single, just per listing, and you're allowed up to 75 photos. Which doesn't make sense because what if I only need to do 5 interior photos or 10, for example? It's the same price as if you do 70. So the pricing model is ridiculous. I don't like it. I've emailed them, or actually, when I canceled my subscription, they wanted feedback, and I said, your pricing model is horrible. So AutoEnhance.ai was my next best thing. Like, okay, they're getting color correct most of the time. I've noticed blues, like dark navy blue. Sometimes the cabinetry would just gray it out. They wouldn't even use the correct color. Or they would desaturate walls. If the wall color was truly yellow, it's like the software was automatically pulling that tungsten lighting out of the images and just making everything white. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work either. Because a lot of times when you shoot 3 to 4 listings a day, you're not going to remember what house had what color. So you don't ever want to run into the situation where the homeowner comes back to the realtor and says, "Oh, your photographer didn't get the wall. They changed the color on the walls," and that makes you look bad, makes the realtor look bad. You got to be careful about that. Most times, you're going to be able to fix it and move on and say, "I didn't catch that," or whatever the excuse you can come up with. So, with that being said, the best software to date that is getting everything accurate 99% of the time, including color cabinets, wall color, window pulls, correct, everything, is Auto HDR. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but there is a way I was shooting and uploading my photos into Auto HDR that was not giving me the results that I wanted, and I found a way to fix it. And I'm going to show you that right now. So, I have switched from shooting RAW to JPEG. That was a big step for me. I was nervous. I mean, you know how you bake in all your settings with JPEG, and there's very, very little wiggle room. I went from doing RAW plus fine, meaning RAW plus the best type of JPEG in my Panasonic S5 Mark II, which is only 20 megapixels. But then it got really muddy where the files it would go RAW, JPEG, RAW, JPEG, RAW, JPEG. So I had to figure out how to separate just the JPEGs to put them into Auto HDR because my Panasonic camera, the Panasonic file, they are not able to be read by the Auto HDR software. Now, my Olympus camera, RAW files were fine. And I had talked to them on Auto HDR, and they said that you're not going to notice any difference just uploading JPEGs. Not only will the upload speed be faster and the processing be a lot faster, but there's literally zero difference in the quality in the finished product. I said, okay, I trusted them. I went out on a listing shoot and just set the camera to JPEG. Now I have my settings on my camera, and this is how I save a little bit of money, where I'm only going to use Auto HDR for the interior photos. So I have a setting on my camera for custom 1 is going to be my JPEG setting. All my settings that I want, the highlights and the shadows and the saturation, sharpness, all that. You got to have to tweak that to your own liking. We're not going to get into that right now. But I have it at 5 brackets. It's 5 brackets at 1 stop apart. So 0, -1, you get the idea. 5 of those, -1 stop apart for each setting on that. And then custom 2 is my raw single image, and that's what I shoot my exteriors. I just do 1 raw single image. There's really, unless your house is super backlit, you still can pull the shadows up, highlights down, all that to make it work, okay? So, that is the secret. Now, there's one other secret that you have to know, unless you have already figured this out. If we go to upload, and I'll show you examples, and I don't know, I have asked them about this, and I haven't got a human response back. The AI said something about how it re-edits when you use this setting. So if we go to browse file, I'm just going to put one in here. Test. Now, here's where you need to make sure that sky replacement, even for your interiors, is selected. Don't ask me why. Because if we go back, I'm going to show you. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this, but these look kind of dark. I'm going to try to... So they got a nice moody look to them. And I mean, I actually kind of like this, but certain situations it doesn't work. It's almost like they're too dark. And so this is choosing no sky replacement. All right? Because a lot of times, maybe it was a beautiful sunny day and you had nice blue skies. You don't necessarily need the sky replacement. But, and for whatever reason, like I said, I haven't got a human response back, is when you choose sky replacement for your interiors. I'm going to show you this exact listing, if I can find it. Was Packard Red Brick Test 2. Yeah, look at the difference. And it doesn't change the exterior sky that much, but look at how much brighter and cleaner it looks. And that's what I want. Now, you might be okay with that. I wish I could do these side by side, but we're going to go back to that same image. Maybe this one. Yeah, they're just darker. Yeah, look at how much darker that is. And I've tested this multiple times, and like I said, the best results were doing the 5 brackets, because you can manually shoot brackets, but then you're going to run in the risk of camera shake sometimes. Yeah, I've tried manual. Again, it just takes too long. So 5 is the sweet spot where you know you're definitely going to get that window exposure in. Because remember, now you're shooting JPEG, so you got to make sure that all your bases are covered in each one of those brackets. So if you're overexposed, even on the darkest bracket, that's not going to be able to pull the window view in. And sometimes with, where I live next to a couple lakes that we definitely need to show that lake through the window. So my last listing, see if I can find it. This might be it. Yeah, very nice, clean look. Look at that, pulled the lake view. I love the clarity of it and the crispness of it compared to the Auto AI. The image quality is way better. These are almost, it's almost like your camera's out of focus or something. I don't know, or they put like a filter on it. I've talked to them. I really like these guys. They respect my feedback. And I really do wish them well, because I love their platform. There's a lot of things about Auto AI that I like better than Auto HDR, but they need to bring their image quality up. It's just not acceptable anymore compared to Auto HDR. So let me just recap real quick. So if you want to do Auto HDR, and I'm telling you, the results have been super consistent and super awesome. Yeah, like the wall colors it's almost like as if you were to just do flambient blending. It's just really good. The detail, even in this back wall right here, is a light blue, and it kept the same thing. Now, I do use circular polarizer because you cannot trust that the bracketing is going to eliminate that harsh floor glare, so make sure you're using a circular polarizer. That'll make you stand out, because if somebody's not and you have overpowering glare on a floor, that's gonna look amateur. So let's talk about pricing. I went with their standard, and I just went with the 50 photos. So it's like $30 a month, and then you're 57 cents per photo after that, which is awesome. And unlike Fotello, where you have to, it's just spend $30 or $28 or whatever it is, and you're allowed up to 75 photos depending on your plan. Even if you only want 5, you're spending the same amount of money whether you're uploading 5 for that listing or 75 for that listing, which makes no sense. They're going to lose customers, and I hope they do. Or I hope they fix that pricing model before they lose a bunch of customers, because Fotello, and you got to be careful out there here on YouTube, folks, because people that are affiliated with these, they're trying to get signups. They're trying to get that residual income from the signups. And that's why, I've decided I don't even care. It's not even worth the money. I would rather be known for being an honest reviewer of this stuff, instead of trying to make an excuse for you to sign up for something. So these are my tests. I'm not saying you do this or you use this platform. Test it out. Maybe your camera loves Vitello and it's actually working for you. But I have now shot, I've done 50, 60 listings already in the month of April, and I've got things dialed in. I got my camera settings dialed in, like I said, in Auto HDR. I'm confident now just to go out and shoot 5 brackets of JPEGs, and I'm not even concerned. I know it's going to get the wall color correct, cabinet color correct, everything. Window pulls are no problem anymore. Pricing is beautiful. Check this out. So when I go to a listing and I want to go, I've already downloaded these, but it'll tell you select all. If I go to download, it might let me purchase one more edit to download. So you go to add edits, and you can go right here to add credits anytime. So say it said 20. We go to 20, top up. It's going to cost you $11.40. Boom. Use this card, complete purchase. Then you go back to your listings again and select all again. You'll have your photos right here on the section. So you only have to pay for what you need. I did a really small listing the other day. I think I only did like 12 interiors. I'm like, it cost me like $4 or something. I mean, it was like, it was worth it just to have the Auto HDR just edit them all. I mean, it's great. I'm coming from Flambient. I know if you've seen a lot of my other tutorials, I used to spend hours every night editing. This year, I would have been cooked already. Like 2 days ago, where I'm from, if we get a sunny day, this time of year, every realtor calls me, can you fit me in today? The rest of the week looks rainy. I'm like, yeah, we can try. I'm working till like 6 o'clock at night from 8 o'clock in the morning. So I crammed in 7 listings the other day. But I was able to upload them to Auto HDR in between shoots. I'm bringing my laptop on the road with me, blah, blah, blah. And so when I got home, I only had like 2 left to do. Uploaded them, went and ate dinner, hung out while Auto HDR is taking care of the heavy lifting for me. And like I said, to save a little bit of money right now, and it doesn't take me long to edit exterior photos. I'd rather actually do my own exteriors. I find that Auto HDR, any of these HDR softwares, they just overdo it with the HDR, the AI look for exteriors. So I stay clear of that. But the interiors, I'm thinking it's doing a really, really good job of making them look natural. And it really does. I mean, to me, it's not... it's doing the nice clean window pulls. I mean, you can kind of tell how it's masking it out, but it's so minute. I mean, this was a rundown lakefront cottage. But again, even the lighting, you can tell the light's on, but it's not overexposed, very clean. It's getting multiple rooms, and it's being able to balance all the exposures perfectly. So color is accurate, I mean, to the T. So it looks like they're fixing their algorithms or their whatever's going on in their software and making it work. The other companies, and again, they need to catch up or they're going to be out of business. Auto HDR is going to take over, from what my personal opinion. I think they're doing an amazing job. So, like I said, I'm not an affiliate. Do your own research and find it out. But when you're uploading, for now anyway, choose the sky replacement for the interiors. If you notice that they're coming out a little underexposed, you can bring all these back into Lightroom and tweak the exposure, and you get a little bit of wiggle room. You'll get more. Here's the other thing too, is if you're trying to edit these with the basic adjustments, and I already have mine preset to like a 24 or 25 sharpness, I feel like that actually helps. I might actually crank it up to like in the 50s for my preset. You can set all these in your presets. If you come up to click your icon here, manage account. Sorry if I'm rambling and getting off track, but before I get into this, you have a little more leeway if you bring all these edited photos into Lightroom and tweak them as opposed to trying to manipulate them after the fact here on HDR. But you can set these interior, exterior. You can already set your presets here. And I guess I'm gonna do that to 50 right now. And then save profile. That's really all I like to do. I don't like to tweak it too much. I think they nail it. But the indoor, I like classic. I think this Lisa is a little extreme. You know, some realtors maybe would like that. Again, that's totally dependent on you. I do not choose no sky replacement. Again, right now it's not. The outdoor model, I don't even care about that. This is just indoor. So there you go. That's it. Leave me a comment below. What have you found that if you're running into the same issues? Do you like the pricing model on Auto HDR? Have you found another software out there that's, you know, doing an even better job? Or are you still using overseas editors, which I've actually considered that too. I just love the fast turnaround time of this online software. And so far, I think Auto HDR is at the top of its game. So again, thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.